everyone, it's Keely here for Soy and Shea, and thank you for joining me for today's video. If you missed it, we do have a new dog. If you did, you can see how big Miss Peppa has grown. She is now about 11 kilos and she is so lovable and adorable. As you can see, she still likes to bite and chew like she did in the last video, but we get a lot more kisses and we're still getting our cuddles in as well. Anyhow, on to the main reason you're probably here. You want to actually see a video of me doing something because it has been a while. This video was actually one of the last ones that I shot in the shop, and it should have actually come out in July, so I do apologize, and I also apologize to Suzanne for not bringing this out sooner. This is one of the Patreon design challenge videos, and for those of you that don't know what that is, over on Patreon each month I ask my my members to name some suggestions for something that I can use in soap or in a product or something like that. For the July challenge, I asked my patrons to name a fruit or a vegetable, and then I would create something from that. They knew that I wouldn't be making any soap because by that point the shop was being closed and I didn't have any means to be able to make the soap, so it was going to be a bath and body product. Now I put all the suggestions into a soapy jug, and the one that came out came from Suzanne, who runs Wombat Lagoon here in Australia, and I've left links to her business down in the description box so you can go and check her out. Let me put Miss Wigglebutt on the floor. Suzanne's suggestion was to use carrot, and as I wasn't making soap, that took carrot puree off the list altogether because you can't really put purees into cosmetics without a few little issues with preservatives. So I got to thinking, and I saw I could either use a carrot essential oil or I could use a carrot infused oil. Now I've already been working on a cuticle oil recipe, and carrot infused oil is incredibly good for the cuticle beds and the nails. Really helps to strengthen them, harden them, and to get them growing, and also to stop dry, cracked beds as well. So I decided to get in some carrot infused oil and make a cuticle oil. Now I did share this recipe with my patrons in July, so it is on the $5 tier. It was July, August and September, and for the $10 tier from September, October, November and December. Otherwise, if you don't want to join Patreon, you can also buy the recipe via my Patreon shop page, and I've left links to that down below, so you can just go ahead and purchase the recipe if you are interested in it. But for now, what we're going to do is we're going to go and make the cuticle oil using some carrot infused oil. Let's go. Alright, so let's get started. Now, these are my little cuticle oil pens, and the liquid that's going in is only this little bit here. It's meant to hold 3 mils. So I'm only going to be making a 60 ml batch of cuticle oil here, but we are going to be filling up 20 of these pens, so it doesn't look like a lot, but we're actually making quite a big batch here. I'm going to start off with the carrot oil, and I'm going to give it a bit of a shake first. Carrot oil is full of vitamin A, E, it's got beta keratin in it as well. It's really great for hydrating and adding moisture, and it's very quick absorbing, and it is known to help strengthen nails, and it's full of antioxidants as well. I'm going to start off with a bit of this. It's going to be quite a dark color because of that beta keratin. Now, I was very particular when I was buying my carrot oil. There were a couple of places I could get it from here in Australia. I did end up going with Aussie Soap Supplies, even though they cost more than a couple of the other places. I actually preferred the Inky name, or the INCI name of this one. It didn't seem to have as many additives as all of the other companies. It just seemed to be sunflower oil infused with carrot. So that is that one in there. The next oil I'm going to be adding in is some Abyssinian oil, and this is a really nice lightweight non-greasy oil, and it is very, very moisturizing. So we're going to tear that out. Now it is let me get the right amount here. It is said to reduce dryness and also promote collagen growth. And with that collagen growth, it's going to really help to strengthen and allow our nails to grow. And it's really, really good for dry nail beds. So let's get this out. It's also meant to help to smooth out those cuticles as well. So if you've got those sort of real jaggedy lines, this oil really helps. Next oil I'm going to add in is some jojoba oil, and I've gone for a clear one because I really want the color of that carrot oil to come through. Jojoba is another oil full of vitamin E, so it's really, really good for dry, brittle nails. And again, it also helps repair the collagen, which leads to that healthy nail growth. It's also very, very quick at absorbing into the skin. It's very similar to our skin sebum. So it's really, really good for our skin just by itself as well. And it puts a protective barrier there. So we're going to help really keep that moisture locked in. Now the next oil I'm going to go for is some apricot oil, which is really good for rough, cracked skin, nails and cuticles. Let me get this one in so we don't go too much over. Another really good trick to help if you don't want to use the pipettes is just pour a bit in your cap and it gives you a better flow. So we've got a little bit more and that is perfect. This has also got lots of antioxidants in it, including, I'm going to probably say this wrong, but phytosterols, which are really good for helping to soothe, and carotenoids, which again help stimulate that nail growth. Finally, just to add a little bit more volume to this, I'm going to add in some fractionated coconut oil, and I'm using this one because it is non-greasy. We really don't want our hands to be really greasy after using our cuticle oil, and that's the beauty of these oils which I have added. The jojoba, the fractionated coconut oil and the Abyssinian oil are all considered to be non-greasy oils. Now, even though all of my oils are absolutely loaded with vitamin E, I am adding a little bit extra just to really help with that oxidization or stopping that oxidization process, and also adding that little bit extra for our nails. I'm just going to grab one of those pipettes I used, give that a really good stir. Now you could leave it at this and just have it as an unscented oil, but I am actually going to add some essential oils into this one, and I've picked ones which are all known to have good properties on for the fingernails. Now I am keeping my level really low because our fingers come into contact with our mouth and we don't want to be digesting too much. First one I'm adding in is a little bit of lemon oil, and that helps to harden our nails. The next one I'm going to add in is a little bit of lavender oil, and this one helps to strengthen the nails, so not just harden but actually strengthen them too. Let's get that little bit in there. And then lastly, I'm going to add in a little bit of rosemary essential oil. This will help to add a shine to our nails as it gets absorbed into that cuticle bed. So that is perfect like that. Now all of these essential oils that I have added are known to be hydrating, so they're going to add that little bit of extra moisture into our nail bed as well. All right, now that we've got our essential oils in there, let's give that a good mix to make sure it's well combined in there. Love the color this has come up just from that carrot oil. One of the other carrot oils I was looking at did say that it had a natto seed in it as well, or a natto coloring, and I just felt that that was if you're gonna have to add coloring to an infused oil, it just made me question the actual quality of it, which is why I did decide to go with the Aussie Soap Supplies version. Alright, so now that we've got all of that mixed, we're going to grab our pens here. They do come a little bit separated, and what we're going to do is I'm just going to pop it on my scale here, because I do want to try and get about 3 grams will give me just over 3 mil according to the specific gravities that I have.
All right, that is looking good. In fact, I think I can put just a wee bit more in there. Perfect. Let's get our lid on. All right, and then pop the lid on to that end there, and that's how simple it is to make up a cuticle oil. Now I've chosen to go with these pens. What you basically do is you take the top off, you screw the end, which will push some of that oil through into the paintbrush, and then you apply it onto the cuticles. Now if you don't want to use these cuticle pens, or you find it difficult to get, you can use things like nail varnish bottles that have got the little brush in. You can even use the little serum droppers as well. You just put a couple of drops onto the fingernails and then rub them in. The beauty with using the little brush tip is that you can actually get a lot more control on where you are putting that oil. So I'm going to get the rest of these all filled up. Now with these, I will be actually giving these away to my Peppa Club members throughout the month of August. Whenever they place a order online, I will then include one of these immediately into their order as well. So there is, I think I filled that one up just a wee bit too much. Let's tip it out. All right, lid on, top on, and there we go.
Alright, so there it is. I've just done up a quick little label to go on there to say what it is and all of the ingredients. As I said, this formula is going onto the Patreon page at the $5 tier for the next 3 months and the $10 tier for the next 6 months, and it's also available to purchase in the shop if you don't want to join Patreon, and all the links are in the description box as well as all that information. One of these is actually going off to Suzanne as a thank you for inspiring me to do this one, and the rest are going off to my Peppa Club members when they place orders in August. And then once we're all settled in the new house and the new shop, I will actually be adding cuticle oil to my range of products in the store as well. Now I hope you enjoyed coming along with me as I made the cuticle oil. If you did, why not leave me a thumbs up and any comments down below, and until the next video, I hope you have a good one, and I'll see you then. Bye.